Any parent who has ever felt inadequate when comparing themselves to Katherine Middleton, those socks that hair can take comfort perhaps in the fact that her kids' art projects are refreshingly unimpressive. Sure, she wears tiaras and attends fancy schmancy dinner parties, but she also shares snacks with her kids and goes to their soccer games. The eldest son of William and Katherine once again won over royal fans with hidden inborn talent, likely inheriting his grandfather's artistic spirit. The images show different styles and techniques. Many online users began to speculate about the authorship of each drawing. If we go by the order in which Katherine names her children and the order of the photos, we can intuit who did each sketch. Although all four drawings were equally amazing, what caught the hearts of fans was an adorable portrait of the future queen drawn by her first son. It is believed that Prince George used a fine pen to portray his mother, while the prince opted for a charcoal to draw her eldest son for their part. The youngest, Charlotte, and Louis opted for bright colors with crayons within a few hours. Soon after the portrait was shared, fans could not contain their excitement and heaped immense praises on the second in line to throw newly discovered talent. With the title of talented artist, the 11-year-old seems to have opted for a fine-tipped marker or pen, and he kept the whole thing black and white instead of just a close-up of Middleton's face. He sketched his mom sitting in a big chair, a throne. Perhaps we can see her crossed legs, and that she has placed her arms in her lap. Her long hair is tucked behind her ear and hangs in long waves, and the chair she sits in has detailed arms and cushioning, and his drawing really was outstanding. That, mixed with the fact that he's the second in line to the throne, is probably why he got so much more love than his siblings. As unconventional as their takes on Middleton may have been, we think their portraits are beautiful in their own right. Way to go, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. An admirer gushed, "This is adorable. Prince George is naturally talented. They are all great, but I especially love Prince George's." Another added, "Prince George is really talented. I would never have been able to make such an elegant portrait at 11 years old." Painting runs in the royal family, with the king known to have an artistic streak. William and Katherine tweeted the image of a reindeer in the snow with two robins alongside the message, "Happy Christmas." Charles has previously described how he finds painting so relaxing that it transports me into another dimension. Earlier this year, 79 of Charles's watercolors, the first full exhibition of his work in the medium, were exhibited at the Garrison Chapel in Chelsea, southwest London. The atmospheric paintings depicted Scottish landscapes, such as the Huna Mill in John O. Grots and Glen Cater near Balmoral, as well as outdoor scenes from Provence in the south of France and Tanzania in East Africa. One of his favorite places to paint in a displayed panel. Charles revealed that the hobby refreshes parts of the soul which other activities can't reach, and that he turned to painting after finding little joy in photography. The king admitted he was appalled by the quality of his early sketches. In October, a print of a watercolor of Balmoral by Charles was bought at auction for over 8 times its estimate. In what was thought to be the first time a print by a reigning monarch has been sold at auction, a private British collector paid nearly $6,990. His interest, fostered by his art master at Gordonstoun School, Robert Whittle, grew in the 1970s and 1980s as he was able to meet the leading artists of advanced watercolor technique with the late Edward Seo, and received further tuition from professionals such as Derek Hill, John Ward, and Brian Organ. Charles paints whenever his schedule allows, and he usually takes his treasured sailcloth and leather painting bag with him on royal tours in the hope he will have time to do so. The framed print of the castle in the Scottish Highlands, where the late Queen spent her final days earlier this year, was signed and dated Charles 2001 in pencil, and was accompanied by a certificate of authenticity.